Hey guys, it's Dr. Brown with Kubo Math coming to you from Tarlac City, Philippines. And tonight it's Algebra 2, adding and subtracting rational expressions. So let's get after it. Okay, so we have a fraction here, 3 over 7 plus 2 over 7. Okay, and you're thinking, well, that's 5 over 7. Yes, but how can we do that? Well, there are several ways we could say it's let me factor out a 1/7, and that's 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5 times 1/7, and that equals 5 over 7. Or we could just say we have a common denominator of 7, and now 3 plus 2 over 7 equals 5 over 7. So the key to all of this, whether you're adding or subtracting those rational expressions, if it's a fraction, it has to have a common denominator. Okay, so let's work on that and see what we can do here. All right, we have x plus 2 over x plus 2x minus 5 over x. Well, we just said if we have a common denominator, now it's all over x, so we can just take x plus 2. Now, if this were a negative, we wouldn't be subtracting this whole thing here, so we need to be careful. So plus 2x minus 5. So let's collect the terms. X plus 2x equals 3x. 2 minus 5 is a negative 3 over x. Now we could factor the 3 out. 3 times x minus 1 over x. 3x minus 3 over x. Okay. So again, common denominator, and we were able to do that. But what if we don't have a common denominator? What if we have something like 5 over 2x plus 3 over y? Oh, what to do? Well, we could say, let me get a common denominator of 2xy. Okay, in order to get that, you see there's a y missing here. I can multiply this side by y over y. Y divided by y is 1. So I've just multiplied this times 1. You'll notice a 2x is missing to get a 2xy. So I can multiply this side by 2x over 2x. 2x divided by 2x is 1. So I haven't changed anything there. So now collect the terms. They're both over, well, yeah, y2x or 2xy. It doesn't matter the order of multiplying. So let's collect the terms. 5 times y plus 3 times 2x is 6x. So this would be the resulting fraction, getting the common denominator and then adding the appropriate terms together. Okay? Let's see what happens as we keep getting a little bit more difficult. Okay, 1 over 2x plus 2 plus 1 over x squared minus 1. Oh, well, sometimes instead of just saying, let me multiply this times this to get a common denominator, maybe we can do some factoring first. For example, let's factor this. 1 over 2, I'll factor the 2 out, times x plus 1. So 2x plus 2, okay? Because with this one, I noticed that this is the difference of 2 squares. This is x squared minus 1 squared. So that's x minus 1, x plus 1. So x squared minus x plus x minus 1. So that works out. Okay, now then, you'll notice we have an x plus 1 in both, but I don't have a x minus 1 on this one. So x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. That's, I'm multiplying this side by 1. And then on the other one, I need a 1/2, or yeah, so a 2 over 2. So I multiplied that by 1. So that would give me 2x to the minus 2x minus 1, x plus 1. And that would be what I need in both. So now my common denominator, 2x minus 1, x plus 1. And now 1 times x minus 1 is x minus 1 plus 2 over x minus 1, x plus 1, so all of this. So now I have x minus 1 plus 2, which is, let me pull down my denominator, x minus 1 over x plus 1. So x minus 1 plus 2, so negative 1 plus 2 is a positive 1, so x plus 1. These x plus 1's cancel, and I end up with 1 over 2x minus 1. So we came a long way from that to 1 over 2 times x minus 1. Okay, we factored, found some things that would reduce, got the common denominator out of that, and then once you get the common denominator, then you can work with the numerator and then possibly reduce as we did here. Okay. You can see here in the Philippines it's a little bit sticky tonight. My board's not erasing real well. All right. Let's see what this one is. X divided by x squared minus 4x plus 3 minus x minus 3 over x squared plus 2x minus 3. Oh. All right, what are we going to do with that? Well, the last one we factored, so let's try that here. So let's build our little grid. X times x, factors of 3 and 1. That's the easy one. Now, they've got to go together to give me a negative 4, or add together, but multiply to give me a positive 3. So negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3. Negative 1 plus negative 3 is a negative 4. So this works out. Negative 3x. We're multiplying the diagonals, minus x, add that, that's negative 4x. Negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3. X times x is x squared. So that gives me what I started. So I have x minus 3 and x minus 1. So I have this original x over x minus 3 and x minus 1. Minus, now let's do the same thing to this one. So I have 3 and 1, but they've got to multiply together to give me a negative 3, but add together to give me a positive 2. So this one would need to be positive, that one negative. Multiplied gives me, let's see, x times x. So we'll just do the diagonal here. Positive 3 times x is positive 3x. Negative 1 times x is negative x. Add those together, I get a positive 2x minus 3. So that's what I needed. So now I have x minus 3 divided by x plus 3 and x minus 1. Okay. Well, we've got an x minus 1, x plus 3. So I need, and if I had a common denominator of x minus 3, x plus 3, and x minus 1. Now, obviously, if you're working through the math, x can't equal 3, x can't equal 1, x can't equal a negative 3. So those would be three numbers that would make this undefined, especially at this point. So just keep that in mind. Okay, this one I need an x plus 3. So I'm going to multiply this by x plus 3 over x plus 3. So I've just multiplied this quotient by 1. Now this one, what do I need in this one? I need an x minus 3. So multiply x minus 3 over x minus 3. And that's multiplying it times 1. So now let's collect our terms. X times x plus 3 gives me x squared plus 3x minus the parentheses of x squared minus 3x times plus minus 3x is minus 6x plus 9. Now then, I'm going to distribute, for the sake of space, that negative to the inside. So that's negative x squared plus this minus the 9. Okay, so x squared minus x squared, those cancel. 6x plus 3x, that's 9x minus 9. All over, actually I'm going to erase this so I don't have to rewrite that. 9x minus 9 all over this. Now then, that equals 9. 9 times x minus 1. 9x minus 9. So 9x, 9 times x minus 1. Oh, the x minus 1's cancel. So I end up with 9 divided by x minus 3, x plus 3. Okay, so we had to factor, and then once we factored, we found a common denominator, had to multiply by 1 on each side in a special way to be able to continue, collect the terms, and then reduce. Okay, not so bad. Practice your algebra, practice factoring, work all the problems you can. Okay, one last one. This is a good one. X minus 1 over x times 1 plus 1 over x minus 1. Oh, okay. Well, to get a common denominator on this side, we'll just work with this side. Of x, I need to multiply this by x over x. So x over x. And that gives me x squared over x minus 1 over x. So I have this. Now I need to do the same thing here. So I have 1 plus 1 over x minus 1. So I need to multiply this side by x minus 1 over x minus 1. And that's the 1 I had earlier. And that then gives me x minus 1 plus 1 over x minus 1. And that would be multiplied by x squared minus 1 over x. So x minus 1 plus 1 is just x over x minus 1. Okay, now I need to get a common denominator again. So this side needs, we'll just make it x times, well, we can simplify before we do that. If I x over that just cancels. That works out good. So now I have x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. You'll notice this is the difference between two squares. This is x squared minus 1 squared because 1 squared is 1. So that means this is x minus 1, x plus 1, which is still over my x minus 1. That cancels, and I just end up with x plus 1. Wow. So getting a common denominator is how we're able to add and subtract fractions. It may involve, in this case, a lot of factoring, trying to reduce, get it into a simpler form, but at the end of the day, getting a common denominator is how you add or subtract rational expressions. So hopefully this video helps, and keep studying, study the rules. I say this every video. And together let's build a better tomorrow, and let's do that through math. So this is all for now. Study, 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 and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.